Today, every fantasy army comes together once more to fight a common enemy. The Castle Fortress. The Castle Fortress here threatened to cancel all of the Fantasy Armies franchises, and the Fantasy Armies wanted none of that. So they banded together to siege it and end these executives once and for all. Let's meet the units. The Walker Army from The Walking Dead. The Chaos Marines from Warhammer 40k. Death Troopers from the Star Wars franchise. Various Footmen from the Game of Thrones franchise. Elven Warriors from Lord of the Rings. Last but not least, Elites from Halo. Will all of these beautiful fantasy units manage to destroy the evil executives holed up in their castle and being defended by medieval knights? We'll find out today. All right, boys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. We're doing another fantasy army battle. I'm loving these. I think they're so fun. And per usual, we are switching it up once again using different units from various different franchises just to mix things up and make it a little bit more fresh. Additionally, I decided I was going to fix the Game of Thrones problem of not having any mods for Game of Thrones myself by adding in these Game of Thrones footmen. Basically, they're medieval footmen, but we're just saying they're from the various different factions inside of Game of Thrones. We're using our imagination a little bit here, but I think it'll make it a little bit more fun since literally the only Game of Thrones mod right now are White Walkers, which are fun, but I really want more. If there's any modders out there, please add more Game of Thrones units. That'd be epic. Either way, the Heavy Knights of the Defenders here are having to clash right now with some of these Halo elites right here. They've got energy swords. They pack a mean punch. They've also got some good health, but you got to remember the Defenders pack some good health too. Those Heavy Knights are very powerful. Elvish Warriors as well as Game of Thrones Warriors coming up in the rear of the elites here and helping out a little bit against this first grouping. Archers up above on the ramparts. Well, these aren't really the ramparts. This is like the outside, firing away down at the enemy, trying to take them out a good bit. Over here, these Heavy Knights are basically just getting shot up by most of the ranged units for the fantasy units. Those ranged units are the Chaos Marines as well as the Star Wars Death Troopers, some Walking Dead walkers moving past them to try and take on the Heavy Knights, but they're so slow that it's going to take them a while to get there, and these guys might just get shot up before they can even get there. Also, some of these archers are firing down at those Walking Dead zombies. I'm seeing a few kills happening, but not too many because these guys are getting shot at pretty badly. I think the outside defenses here will definitely capitulate pretty quickly, but there's so much more in the interior of the castle that is ready to fight. I'm really happy because I learned how to group up different factions and spread them out a little bit more, so we're able to have, you know, Heavy Knights as a faction, but then we're able to split them up across the battlefield way more than we were before, so that makes it a little bit more interesting, and I'm really liking how that is working out here. So the Halo elites are really coming in here and clapping some cheeks. Whoa, that was a weird little lag spike. I am seeing some dead Halo elites scattered throughout the battlefield, but they are on an absolute kamikaze blitzkrieg right now, trying to just end this battle as fast as possible. But as they go in one at a time here, the Heavy Knights are having an easier time actually managing to chop them down with their swords. These guys are definitely a tough nut to crack. These Heavy Knights, they have, I think, 500 health apiece, and you know, there is a lot of them across the battlefield. The archers are a little bit easier. These archers I don't think are very powerful. Their accuracy isn't great, their range isn't great, and their damage is pretty mediocre. I think each shot does like 75, but the fact that they're so high up, they have the uphill advantage, and they're spread out across the map does sort of lend them a little bit more strength in this battle, I would say. Halo elites on the right side over here suffering some pretty heavy losses from the Heavy Knights. We're seeing many of them go down. And you got to remember, we are still outside of the castle. We have yet to even go in the castle yet. So I think this area is going to be a breeze for the fantasy armies to get through, but once we get into the interior, things are going to become a lot more difficult. The Chaos Marines as well as the the Star Wars Death Troopers are basically free to just fire at the enemy right now. Yes, some of these ranged archers are managing to get some shots on them, but the the distance is so far that I'm seeing a lot of the arrows just be very, very inaccurate right now. And so, therefore, the Chaos Marines and the Star Wars units here are just able to fire out and get basically infinite fire on the defenders with little to no repercussions. It seems like the zombies also got kind of caught up in this sort of clan, and they're actually getting body blocked by most of the Chaos Marines, and it's making them not be able to really join the battle at all. So that might be a nice little melee unit reserve for later on in the battle if these melee units end up becoming exhausted for the fantasy armies. More of these Halo elites having some trouble over here, but the Elven Warriors, not Elven Archers. I'm used to having the Elven Archers in the battle. Elven Warriors, as well as the Game of Thrones Warriors, are backing them up and really making a stack against these Heavy Knights. But I think right here is going to be where we see a really good stand from the defenders, and perhaps a victory stand from the defenders, because this is going to be like a kill zone for the archers above, as well as for these Heavy Knights who are going to have multiple choke points with which to attack the enemy who are coming on in here from. So that'll be really interesting to see, and I think that could be like the place where we see the tides turn for the defenders, because right now they're having a lot of trouble. I'd love to be proven right there, because I'd love to see the the fantasy armies struggle at least a little bit right now. Really, the only place we're seeing them struggle is over here on the right side, where actually these Heavy Knights managed to vanquish all of those elites and all of those Game of Thrones warriors and Elvish warriors who managed to make it all the way over here. Ooh, another little lag spike. I wonder what's causing that. And now they're dealing with a few zombies who, if the zombies actually get kills on these guys, then the zombies multiply. You might see it happen right here, unless that guy was killed by a missile unit. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it can be an easy way to replenish the armies of fantasies, units just by getting zombie kills. They're not the most powerful unit, but hey, they'll pack a little bit of a punch right there. Also, more Halo units coming in here to help out, and Elvish units and Game of Thrones warriors. These Heavy Knights might be seeing their last days right here. They're still getting a few more Halo Elite kills from what I'm seeing. I'm sort of able to see them more because the Halo Elites are so large that when they die, it's very noticeable. And of course, we have some more archers back here managing to sprinkle some fire in, weaken the enemy. I don't know if there is friendly fire in this game. It's something I've kind of been wondering for a little while now. So these archers could potentially be hurting these Heavy Knights by shooting them in the back, but I genuinely am not sure if there is friendly fire or not. Can someone let me know? Either way, Halo elites and the other melee units are entering into the kill zone over here. I'm not seeing as much fire from the archers up above here as I thought I would be seeing. I thought we'd see like a hail of arrows coming down, but in fact these guys aren't firing at all, and these guys are like barely firing over here. So this might not be the kill zone that I expected it to be. The Heavy Knights are managing to hold their own pretty well here. I'm seeing many bodies from both sides dropping to the ground. I mean, the Heavy Knights versus these other enemies are basically an even match, I would say. You know, the Halo elites might outmatch them a little bit, but the Elvish warriors and the Game of Thrones warriors definitely don't. They have less health, so it sort of ends up balancing out a good bit here. And if these Heavy Knights did have more archer fire coming down to help them out, I think this would be a perfect spot to stop them. But for whatever reason, the archers just aren't able to really get that angle that they need to just bombard downward. So maybe up the stairs we'll see a bit more of a holdout, and that would be good. The defenders really do need a holdout at this juncture to manage to get the victory. I think it is still possible, but they need to make it happen, and they need to make it happen relatively soon. These Heavy Knights on the right, though, they held out for a very long time. They got a solid number of kills on the attackers here before going down, and they've even still got some archers back here that are able to sprinkle in some fire as the overshot that by a lot as the last of these boys end up going down. There goes the last Heavy Knight. So now these archers are going to get blitzkrieged basically by these elites. I doubt they managed to really get any kills here. They're firing away, but it's archers versus powerful melee units. Once the melee units get into range, the archers only have their little wooden bows to go kabooyah with, which does like negative brick damage, so it's not exactly very good. They do end up getting both of those elites right there, so that's not bad. They're still fighting for the cause. They're getting some of these Elvish warriors and some of these Game of Thrones knights, but it's only a matter of time before these guys go down. Also, these archers up here are managing to fire down and help out a little bit as well, so that's pretty good to see. It's still a group cause. All right, the kill zone, well, the place I thought would be a kill zone, isn't really a kill zone, and in fact it's a kill zone for those heavy knights that are down there because the archer fire just didn't come through. There just was no archer fire to help out at all over there. That's kind of tragic. Well, look, these archers are still free to fire away. Barely anyone came to touch them. That's really pog for these guys. They're going to get some free shots into some of these Chaos Marines and stuff like that, so that's going to be good to see. Not bad at all. All right, those archers are in a prime spot to do some more damage. All right, here we go. Up the steps, up the steps. Turn into kill zone, baby. Turn into a kill zone. You guys have the high ground. Once again, the archers still not really firing as much as I think they should be over here, which is resulting in this not really becoming a kill zone. But hey, at the very least, we are seeing a hard stop to the fantasy army push, and the fantasy army tide is being sort of slowed down a little bit here, and they're having to go through these heavy knights a little bit slower, so that's good. That is good. That shows that maybe they're getting some more kills and they might be able to hold out. Not to mention, we still got these guys up here and the keep itself, which hasn't been firing out at all. These guys have not touched action yet. So I think the fantasy armies could still be stopped at this point. There's not too many of them left alive, I would say. I'd say things are looking pretty even, in fact. These archers over here still managing to get some good shots out and get some good kills, just completely randomly. I don't know how these guys are still kicking it. Is it the same for the guys on the other side? No, these guys got slaughtered, except they did take out an elite before they went down, so good for them. Good for them, I gotta say. Pretty pog right there. I'm liking this little side action from these archers over here, just sniping zombies left and right. They are taking some losses from the Chaos Marines out there who are peppering them with some fire, but I mean, hey, props to these guys for staying in the game for so long. You know, this side of the battlefield has been real pog, and this side has been less than pog, I will say. All right, the staircase defense is lasting a very long time, and I think it's resulting in a lot of enemies dying, which is a good thing. That's a good sign. It is whittling down the enemies here. Another little lag spike. Those are so bizarre. I don't know why they're happening. And it looks like the archers are starting to get more fire out into them. So, you know, finally we're starting to see that kill zone, but there's just not that many knights left alive. This needed to happen a little while ago. Perhaps the knights should have been up here, and that would have been more helpful. But, you know, we do still have these knights up here, so there could be another kill zone. Yeah, each knight is managing to survive for a lot longer here than previously, so this is good. This is good. We might be seeing a hard stop to the fantasy armies. At the very least, we're seeing a hard slowdown, and a stop could be coming soon. All right, here we go. They're coming into the next section of the staircase. Let's see if these archers really manage to get some fire out now, and it does seem like they are. Heavy Knights getting many kills for each death, which is good, but is it good enough? We just don't know yet. It is too early. How are these guys doing? Yeah, they're still kicking it. I like these guys over here. Can we get a pog in chat for the boys over this way? Heck yeah. And remember to smash the like button if you do enjoy these videos. It just helps out the channel so much, guys. I can't even begin to thank you guys for hitting the like button and subscribing. Genuinely. Like, you guys have no idea. It's the smallest thing, but it helps out so much. You know, the second I sort of realized that when I started doing YouTube myself, I start, you know, the creators I love, like Max Mofo, or people like PewDiePie and Grian and, you know, all the boys, I started to really hit the like button on them a lot more because I wanted to see them thrive on YouTube and things like that. So it definitely does help out a lot, and I appreciate you guys doing it. All right, either way, back to the battle here. The Heavy Knights are holding out pretty nicely, but I am noticing a lot more of these archers off to the side getting heavy targeted by the melee units, because now they don't have their own melee units to sort of protect them, which is resulting in them going down pretty badly. It's not a great thing. We have the guys in the keep here firing some arrows away. I don't think there is friendly fire, considering they're just shooting the backs of these knights, and I'm not seeing the knights go down. Hopefully there's no friendly fire. I'm not entirely sure. Another lag spike. What's up with that? It's so random. I'm getting 60 FPS, and then randomly it's like, boom, I want to hit you with a lag spike. My computer goes, okay, that's enough goodness. Now have some badness. Oh, these guys over here finally died. There's one left. Joey. My man Joey. I'm naming him Joey. Joey is still firing away. Joey, you're a beast. I love you, Joey. Joseph McJosephspin. He's still chilling over there. It's just one dude, and the fantasy army's just ignoring him. That's hilarious. All right, back up to the top here. Oh, Heavy Knights are going down. It's just the weight It's just the weight of all of these dudes funneling into them. It makes it really hard, I think, for them to actually make a good stand and hold out. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal to see that the fantasy army is just kapooyahing them left and right. The archers off to the side still getting some nice kills, though. I mean, at least these guys are, you know, having a distraction. But, ooh, that distraction just ended with these guys plowing through them. Holy cow. Oh, this one elite over here just smacking these archers. Really giving them the old what for. I think the problem is that the defenders were going for a battle of attrition here, and they didn't make it. They didn't manage to outlast, really. And now the archers in the keep here are slowly getting whittled down by the enemies who are attacking. I was hoping these guys would fire for a lot longer, but they just didn't really manage to. They're still getting some fantasy army kills here, but this ended up being way less, you know, even than I thought. The fantasy armies, man, they plowed. I don't know how, but they really made it happen. I thought it was going to be a fairly even battle, but that is just not the case here, huh? Not the case in the slightest. The last of the archers inside the keep going down, and I guess Joey died at some point too. My friend Joey. All right, that's the dub. That is the dub. The archers only got 1,000 kills. There's still 1,500 enemies remaining. Wow. Not a good battle. Holy cow. Well, I mean, it was a good battle, but not for the defenders. They even had 500 more troopers than the attackers, and they still lost. Dang, dude. Never try and end a Fantasy Armies franchise, because you will get thwacked. You will get thwacked pretty good. Oh, what a fun battle. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see the Fantasy Armies try defending next time. That could be kind of neat. A little switcheroo. A little 1-2 switcheroo. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I'm loving these UEBS battles. UEBS. Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Be sure to comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember to smash that like button. Thank you, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.